What's up, everybody? This review, we're going to take a look at the GI Joe Classified series Nunchuk. This is a little bit older figure. I won't say older, it hasn't about that long, but it's been a little bit. This guy comes in his carded box, which I do not like, and I'm glad that they went back to the window packaging. Still pretty cool artwork on there. This front of the box, you can see his accessories, the swords, the nunchucks, knife, and his claws. Side artwork. The back, where you can see some more of his accessories. Close look at his sculpt. Got that. And we'll get him out of this box and take a look at him. Alright, so here's Nunchuk outside of the packaging, and he looks pretty cool. I like the color scheme on his gi and his pants and everything like that. I like those stripes on there. It could have used a little bit more color, but I guess, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of paint here on like the armor or something like that, because right now it's just pretty much just green and like a matte black or like a grayish black. And he comes with the two long swords, his claws to go on his hands, a knife, and some nunchucks. Now, he does not come with like an extra head or extra hands, so I think that's kind of a little bit of a disappointment. At least extra hands. Not every figure needs the extra head sculpt, especially if it's like a neutral face. If you're going to do an expressive face, I think you always need a neutral face, but at least another set of hands would have been pretty cool with him. He's got, let's see, so the old figure, if I remember right, because when I had him when I was younger, it used to bother me because he came with his headband, this portion right here, the cloth part of it, it actually came with soft goods, and mine had the top part of the head was not glued down right, so it always is popping off because of the soft goods. But this one does not have that. It's all sculpted. You can see the pattern in there. Some nice texturing. And let's see what else we got going on. So he also came with this part of the headband loose, but I just went ahead and put that in. So he looks only up about that far because of the cloth right there. It kind of hits the shoulder. He looks down only about that far, so not very far. Because he has the barbell joints, no hinge in there. Of course, you can look left and right. We'll see T-pose. So he's got the upper bicep cut, but he has this armor piece that is, looks like it's glued into the bicep, and so this part right here is actually kind of free floating, so it does flex a little bit and goes over the shoulder. That's about as far as I'm getting out of it though. Wonder if, okay, so I can get an okay T-pose. You just gotta bend that plastic and get over the shoulders. Bicep cut, that's kind of hidden with that. Double jointed pinless elbows, but they only bend about that far. Let's see, wrist with vertical hinge on both. We have an ab crunch and a ball waist. This ball waist is pretty tight though. You can crunch about that far, but I'm pretty sure yet. This dude can have his back broke. I don't know, maybe he fell on top of something and just snapped that bad boy. Pretty sure it's gonna get some good posing though. That waist, we got the hip, upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, boot cut, ankle hinge and pivot. No toe joints, which I'm okay with. I'm gonna go ahead and put his knife in his sheath. Let's see. These just slide, so it's gonna take some work to get these bad boys on here, just a little bit. Gonna have to go around the fingers. And then pull that back. Do the same thing to this one here. We'll leave it like that for now. But here's articulation. Let's see, this needs a little stiffer now. Not bad. Pretty cool. Get that off of him. Put his nunchucks away. So they store in his belt, which, you know, that's one thing we really like about Classified line, is that they can store pretty much most of their accessories. And you know what? Be back in a second. I'm just gonna go ahead and get everything stored on him. So here's Nunchuk with the swords in his hands. I left the claws off for now. And he's got his knife in his sheath up here. He's got a little grenade up there that could have used a little bit of paint. Got his nunchucks in the back. That was pretty tough to fit those through there. Maybe a little bit of like warm water or heat to loosen that up, but the nunchucks are also like the handles are a little bit flimsy. So they definitely give in the handles. But overall, I mean, it's a cool nunchuck figure. I feel like the sculpt with the eyes is pretty, I don't know. I can't tell if it's off print. I don't think it's off printed. Just looks slightly strange. But it still looks good. Looks like he has some intention in there. Really cool looking figure. Pretty, I don't want to say basic or anything like that. But I do still wish he would have came with some other hands. I mean, he's got everything he needs. I do like this head sculpt, the face on it. The eyes look a little strange to me at first, but it's still not bad. I'd rather have that than have, like, I don't know, some kind of crazy expression going on there. The swords look good. Nice silver paint on there. Got some green wrap here at the bottom. Handle's got a different paint. And that's it, because the nunchucks are molded in like a gray plastic. No different paint there. The claws are like this light gray. Could have been a little bit of metal paint on there too, kind of like these swords. That would have been cool. Even the blade is just all dull. I mean, not a bad figure, not a bad sculpt. Could have used just a little bit of detail touch up in there. Even the headband being all just like this. I mean, you got the nice texture in there. It could have had a little bit of shading in there. His gauntlets. I mean, so many different spots. The bands around his calves. The buckle. Belt on his waist. There's just a couple spots that could have just used a little bit of extra detailing. I mean, they didn't give us hands already, so I don't know what was going on with that. Still, pretty cool figure. I will grab a couple other figures here. We can get some size comparison. Swords fit right on in. Not bad. Don't really hinder the articulation too much. Maybe just a little bit. Or maybe like leaving him in a pose might bend the handle or something like that over time. But let me get those other figures and we'll take a look at how he sizes up next to them. So here's Nunchuk next to the classified, I think this was an Amazon exclusive, the Storm Shadow. And then we've got the earlier release, Snake Eyes. If I remember right, this Storm Shadow and Nunchuk back in the day came out. This look came out at the same time as Nunchuk did in that Ninja Force wave, which Storm Shadow was always one of my favorites. This figure, not so much. They could have did that one a little bit better. I really hope that somehow, some way, he gets revisited. But yeah, they stand about the same height. Pretty cool. All a bunch of, martial artists. And let's see who else we got. Here he is next to Cobra, Storm Shadow, and Quick Kick. Quick Kick is a little bit taller than both of them. And Storm Shadow looks a little bit taller because of that hood, but if I took that hood off, he would look, maybe just a little bit shorter than Nunchuk. But yeah, I mean, this group looks a little bit better together than the other two. Their colors, it's so crazy how different the colors are between everybody. They can't really army build anything, or I guess maybe you could if you wanted to swap some heads there. Here he is next to a Red Ninja, and then we have the Jada Toys SDCC Evil Ryu, which, I mean, they all look good together. Nunchuk looks to be a little bit taller than the Ninja and also slightly taller than the Ryu, so that's pretty cool. Who else do I got laying right here? And just for a little something extra. And there goes Mega Man. Pretty cool. Alright, so overall I think Nunchuk's not a bad figure. I think it could have been a little bit better. Just a couple extra hands like I was saying earlier. And just some paint details in his armor. There isn't much else that you can do for him. So that little bit of detail could have gave something. I don't know if they would have did like a gray or silver wash or anything like that. But just a little bit more color. Because right now his whole suit is two-toned. He's just two colors all the way through, except until you get to the face and the eyes. But, just a little bit extra somewhere. So not a bad figure. A good figure. Could have been better, but not bad at all. I'm still happy with him the way he is. He'll look good on the shelf, of course. Not anything too crazy to, hey, did you get that Nunchuk or see that, the crazy stuff they did with it, but still not bad. I like it, and he'll look pretty cool going up against, different Cobra, ninjas or anything like that. So, plus he also has a little bit of nostalgia stuff for me. Like I said, I was having him when I was younger. I do hope they make some more of those ninjas from the Ninja Force, which will be really cool. I'm sure we will. They've already gave us the Storm Shadow and the Nunchuk, so I guess more. I can't wait to see how those look. But other than that, that'll do it for this review. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.